Alright, let's make another wallpaper. So let's start GIMP. And let's see. Well, mine takes a while for it to start because I have a whole bunch of plugins installed. And a good way to get plugins is through a PPA. And I believe Web Update has it. I'll put a link in the description down below. Alright. Since this is a wallpaper, I'm going to be going by my resolution. So, File, New. And here's my resolution. So just type in yours. Now press OK. Now, first thing to do is make a transparent layer. Press OK. Now, go to Filters, Render, Clouds, Plasma, and up the turbulence quite a bit. How about that? More? That looks good. Maybe a little less. Yeah, alright, whatever. Alright. Now, when this is done, it's going to be really, really colorful. So we need to take the color out of it by desaturating it. So, let's do that. Come on. There it goes. Now go to Colors, Desaturate. And let's pick, what looks good? Something kind of dark, so that's fine. The one in the middle here. Press OK. Now, I just need to select a certain section out of this, and the section I need to select is only going to be about a pixel or two high. So let's select the triangular select tool. Now, highlight it, your selection, and only let it be about a pixel or two. Let me zoom in so you can see that. See, it's really small. Excuse me. Now go to Select, Invert. Now hit your delete key. Alright. Now select None. Now right click on that selection that we just made. Go to Alpha to Selection to reselect it. Now select the Scale tool. Click on the little marching ants. Make sure the chain is unchecked. Now go to your Tools dialog. And right here where it says whatever it's called, importation or something, where it says cubic, select None. Alright, now stretch this thing all the way up and stretch the bottom all the way down, and make sure there's no white showing. You know, let it overlap just a little bit so you won't have any mistakes. There we go, that looks fine. Now when you're done, click Scale. Now you're going to notice that it looks really, really awful. See how it's all jagged lines and stuff like that? So we're going to fix that. So go to Filters, Blur, Motion Blur. Alright. Now where it says Angle, select, I believe it's 270. 270. And for the length, just, you know, all the way. Select OK. Now, is it going? Yeah, it's going to take some time. So anyways, like I was talking about the plugins, let me go over here for a second. Let me go open my Synaptic. Excuse me. Alright. Type GIMP. Alright. Now when you add that PPA, just go ahead and install like the GIMP data extras and the plugin registry, and all it's going to do is give you more brushes, more gradients, more palettes, extra plugins, you know, so you can fool around with it. It's really good. So I'll put a link for that down below for sure. So let me close this off, and yeah, it's going to take some time, so I'm going to pause it. Alright, I think it's done. Yeah, it's done. So you can see the difference. Let me zoom in. See how it's nice and smooth, and you have this nice little like gradient, I guess, up and down. So that looks real smooth. So I'm gonna leave it like that. Now let's click back on your layer dialog and go ahead and click this button right here on this floating selection. So click on that. Now this floating selection actually becomes a layer now, so that you can actually mess with it and do things with it. So where it says Mode, select. We'll try Overlay. Alright, now on this background gradient, I mean the black background layer, the very bottom one, we're going to select a gradient. So let's click right here for your gradient tool. Alright, now on your tool selection, your toolbox for the gradient, click on the gradient part right here and pick a gradient. And this is where, like, it's kind of like up to you what color you want it to be. I usually just look for something that's really simple, like a two-tone or a triple tone, and just as long as they're blended fairly, you know, smoothly, like there's no jagged edges or straight lines, they should look okay. So I'm gonna go for this let's try this gray gloss. Click on that. I'm gonna hold the control key and stroke up, and there you go. Now you got this nice looking, like ice looking thing, I would guess. But then again, it's really up to you what color you want it to be. Just pick a nice gradient and just, you know, mess with it. Let's try this pastel or rainbow. What does this look like? Oh no. Let me find something. Web. Let's try this one. That looks good. I'm happy with that. Alright, so let's go File, Save As. My home folder is fine. Blue, B-L-U-E. .jpg. Save. Export. Up the quality. Save. Go to my home folder. There it is. Right click, set as background, hide. There you go. So it's really easy, you know, it wasn't too hard. So I hope you liked it, and